to Oakley Hour, and today we have issue 90 of the Moomin house build. This is the last one that I have for now, and then I'm going to be waiting for the next set to come. And then we'll be down to 5 a month basically. So today we are going to be doing the rest of the wall that we started, plus all the inside. Yeah, it's going to have time to dry in between this. So what have we got today? Aunt Jane, rich and formidable. So there you go. She's a powerful, powerful woman. And okay, Sniff's always looking to make a profit out of her. All right. Von, nobody has ever used that word to me before. Well, there you go. I don't know if you actually saw that. And then we have Sniff's treasure, which is more precious than anything else in the world. I'm not even going to take a hazard of a guess what it is. And then we get on to our instructions. So we will get the stuff together and we will make a start. Right, and these are the pieces that we get. So we get it in 3 pieces again. I wish it was in 2 like the first one we had. We have the cardboard that we had over from last time, trying to reach that as well. We'll be needing this as well. And then we have our different wallpapers, which we will be using. So let me go get that wall, get the wood glue ready, and we can get on with it. Alright, the first piece we are going to put in is this one. Going to give it some glue here. It's going around a window, so I don't need to worry too much about it joining in. Well, I certainly don't need to worry about it joining there. I'm not sure how high up this one goes, but let's assume at least some of this way. So I'm going to get them on and get it clamped, and then obviously leave that to dry, and then we will do the internal covering, which is all very exciting. And again, just make sure you go all the way to this edge, particularly that piece of wood that we attached to the end of the walls, well, the walls with the magnets anyway. I'm assuming we're only going half of this. No, I don't think we are. I think we're going all the way up to here. I could be totally wrong. So we just need a little bit along here. And then we will need our clamps. And we will get our piece of wood on there. So this one looks like it went a little bit high than it should have. Oh man, I bent my pin that goes in the glue. See if I can straighten that quick. Well, that's not perfect, but it is okay. Okay, alright. And we will be going something like this. So you want to make sure that it marries up to the other one. So this one's going to be a little bit lower. And then all the way to the end. Okay, clamps. Puppy's looking at me like I was going to go in and play with her. She's ready to retire for the day. This one on here and get that up to the edge. So if you do get glue on this blue, I have found out it does come out, but hit the but it might very well scrape some of the colouring off, so be prepared to do a fix-it job. So see, this one must have gone on really crooked, that's all I'm going with. Because if I do what they said to do, so this should be right, then it distorts going upwards. Like, look at that gap. Okay. Maybe it was me. It's possible. Can't say it wasn't for sure. I'm gonna. Oh no, there's a huge gap. Let's get left over here. Ooh. That's right for here. I do actually think there is going to be a gap, but I don't think it's going to be insurmountable. Right, I'm actually, I kind of do want to clamp it, I kind of don't, because I'm going to put the other piece straight on. So we are going for the next one. This needs clamping down here, which I'm hoping we can get with the paper actually. Cardboard, paper, same sort of thing. See, if this is meant to go up to the top here, we got a problem. Not insurmountable, nothing is insurmountable. It's only a problem if we think it's a problem, right? Right, and I'm getting the second one in, put the camera back on, but you can probably get the gist of what's going down. I really wanted it to be there, but I think I'm going to have to do this first. One on here and one on the other side. And then we will leave that and put the cardboard in when this takes. Almost there. Put this little one in. Let me get that in there. Get another one. I think get a big one on here, on that seam, small one on here, and then we'll glue the last piece in, and this can sit and do its thing. So what I'm doing is running along the edge a little bit, not that much, or that much. I'll do this along here. Along here. Really just want to get it on the blue. Me said about be careful putting glue on the wall, because it does have some issues with coming off. You'll probably have to repaint where it comes off. So assuming your match is pretty good on your paints, depends on how well it will go. And then what will be next is after this is dried. So it's going to be a little while for me, but pretty quick for you, like a blink of an eye. Oh, can't put the pin in my glue. There we go. We will have another finished wall. This will be our second finished wall. So let's see what I've got left to clamp this down with. A few. Okay. Some bigger ones and some smaller ones. Put a small one here. That one I don't know if it's going to stay down. tricky back here. And this one can go in. It's one of the bigger ones. I mean, I can see where this one's going to rise, and then we're going to have to hope that the piece of paper that we use will do the job. Cardboard that we're going to use. Kind of want another clamp here. I will look to do that in a moment, see what I can do. Right now it's looking like it's a bit out of luck. To get that sorted. Make sure that I get all of these edges down. And then I'll see if I can get one of these long ones in to do all this. I can probably get it to deal with this one, but not the other one. Because the other one's kind of really out the way there. Yeah, maybe. I can see this raising, but I have no way really to secure it. Let's see. Oh, it catches the tiny end of it. This can go back in like so. So maybe masking tape, maybe? I'll get that side. I wonder if I can do, I don't know how well done that is. I think it's okay. Maybe I can put this on here. Oh, might work. And then we will leave this and we will be back. Like I say, a quick kind of an eye to you. A little bit longer than me. Ooh, I'll leave the whole thing on the floor. Wouldn't be a smart move, would it? When you almost want to super glue it, isn't it, really? Alright, I will be back in a moment when this all dries and does its thing. Alright, so panels on. Some of them are quite raised, and I don't think the board going on the back is going to make much difference. One thing I did forget to do was paint the edges of that new panel that I put on. So I have done that since, and there were several places that hadn't stuck on the corners, so get more clamps. Right, let's go to what we got to do on this board. I did colour one or two, because I noticed this one particularly had quite a gap. Oh, full of hair. So let me get these cut out and we'll find out where we need to put them. I think we're going to use all of them. And while I'm cutting them out, the worst things come to worst, I think what I will do is any panels which are really, really sticking up is I might, risky for me, I even super glue them, which is quite shocking for me because it's certainly not something I would normally do. But they happen to be in places which are really difficult to get clamps to. I don't have big enough clamps. I mean, I'm sure you probably do. You know, I just don't, and I certainly don't to hand. Right, let me get these cut out. Right, they're cut out. I didn't colour them all because I was afraid that I'd run out of marker, to be honest with you. And it's like, well, I'm going to need it at some point or another. So, yeah. So, it says fix and plate. B4. Let's find a B4. And this is just going down the bottom here, and I'm not too worried about the sticky, this one. I think that one's that one, B4. So I'm not going to choose literally a blue one unless I've only got one there, which I do. So that's okay, and that's going to go in here. Like I say, I'm almost tempted to apply this. I think I am. I think I'm just going to apply it with super glue in hope if there's any panels which are amiss. And I might have to shave this down when the window goes in as well, because I didn't put it on right. It is not very straight. And once we've done that and we got the wallpapering down, then we will be finished this one. So this one does have blue on the back and it wasn't needed really. So I'm just going to push this down hard so it hopefully catches the ones underneath. And then next we are going to put in B2 above this, up here. This is also a blue one that probably wasn't needed to be blue. I kind of decided halfway through, mind you, that which ones I'm going to colour in, which ones I wasn't. I was just blanket colouring and it was like, you know, you might run out. And being I don't know the colour of my marker makes it more difficult. Okay, I was going to say I'd cut this to size. I know I did. I'm just going to hold these for a few seconds. I know you're not meant to do this with super glue. However, and then it wants one here, which is going to be a B1 and a B3 at the end here. So B1 and B3 going to go over here. So let's get B1 in. It's this one that is the problem really. It's my problem child. Like I say, technically wood glue. However, I just want to make sure that I'm pulling all those bits in, and because I didn't colour the edges of that wood blue either. No, this one doesn't even want to go in. There we go. Because I didn't colour the edges of that blue because I forgot all about it. Then none of that's done. And you watch, I'll forget it next time around too. Because I will be waiting to deliver and I know it's going to be at least 2 weeks out. Because I haven't even had notifications yet that it's on its way. So, oh, what am I doing? I'm painting the cardboard. And these should stick quite quick because one, it's super glue, but number 2 is just paper. And this one goes in here. I'm going to hold that down and hopefully be able to pull back any which have popped. And worst comes to worst, what I'll do is when it's done is I will put super glue underneath them. With this Gorilla Super Glue with the brush, it's not so bad. I mean, it's at least you can put it somewhat where you want it. Not totally, but somewhat. And then B6 is this middle one, which I haven't coloured, and I am going to colour that because I can see that's going to be a problem. Like I said, I was just worried more that the and it kind of needs it down the middle. Let's see which way up it goes. So I was just more worried my marker might run out. Not even thinking that this may or may not make a difference in reality. I may still have just problems with the outside of it, and I think that's the problems with doing paneling like this. It's yeah, I'm not an expert. I love wallpaper, and don't get me wrong, I really do. Haven't worked that much with wood, but generally I think it will be okay. Okay, hold that one down, and hopefully this will also help any panels which aren't quite popped into place where we want them. Like you can see, this one's like loose here. And we're stuck to it then, and then B5 in this last piece, and we can get to wallpapering, which I won't be doing with super glue. We'll be doing clamps in paper all over again, or cardboard as it is. I'm hoping this will pull in some of them by using super glue rather than wood glue, because putting clamps in some of these areas is tricky. This is the hope and the prayer that it will work. And you can see this one still stuck out. This one too, and that one doesn't. Oh, it does have one. And like I say, worst comes to worst, if I can't get, they're not conforming, like this one's not conforming, then I will try it with a little bit of super glue underneath, Right, let's get on with what we're meant to be doing. So, officially, we are meant to be doing, well, we're meant to be doing that, but, excuse me, we'll get on with our wallpapering. So then it gets you to paint the sides, which obviously I've already done. Get that glue off of that edge. Just because some of them haven't really stuck very well. I can see that one hasn't. But I'm hoping if I see it while I'm wallpapering, because I'm going to be clamping the wallpaper in, I can deal with it all at the same time. Okay, and we are starting at the bottom, which is this one here. And we want to glue it all up. I'm going through a lot of glue. And this glue is nice because it is more precise. You don't have any notches to worry about on this panel like we did on the last one. But obviously you want to get every frame and miss in some cases. It's quite a scratching sound, isn't it? And wood glue does dry reasonably quick, about 20 minutes, something like that. So on this edge I can see that there's a gap on the right side, so I'm going to put a little bit of wood glue in there as well at the same time. So when I'm clamping the wallpaper down, as I go all the way over the edge, as I'm clamping the wallpaper down, I can do that at the same time. And this is the first one to go in. Just making sure I have got it right, and I have. And which paper is it then, we say? Well, this is the door, so it should be this piece here. So we'll just get this put in there and line it up as best we can. So I'm not taking as much notice of where the door frames and window frames are on this, because they will be covered up anyway. That said, if it was right, it would fit proper in all places. So like, it doesn't go all the way to the bottom here. Have this facing me a bit. So like if I have it in the middle and push this up, okay, I'll put a middle clamp on. Sometimes that move straight away. I'm not going to worry too much about this side for the moment because I want to get that wall at the same time. Put some more clamps. I'm going to let this dry and then do the next piece. Again, some of these are just difficult to get at. I'll use long clamps for that. So you can see how much over it is, even though it is pretty much on this end. It's over. Let's go to the base. Right, let me get some of this in here. Just where the panelling hasn't quite taken. I'll do that in a second. One more up here. See, I can see quite an overhang on here. I don't know if you can see that, but it is quite overhanging. And yet it is pretty lined up on here, so... Alright, maybe we can get another one done. What do we think? all the rest of the seams seem to be okay. All right, let's do the next one, which is it blue or the green? Oh, well, there's only one. This one here, which went the way I had it. So I'll get this on. Let me do that and then we will be back. Oh, I'll get the next two on and then we'll be back. Alright, overall I am quite happy with it. Something to bear in mind, this piece here does not have a wall behind it, so I did get it joined. It's a bit of a problem, like here's definitely sticking up more, and I don't seem to be able to do much about that, so I'm just going to let it be. But everything else seems to have gone on pretty well, and then this side here, I managed to get the rest of those edges down, and this all seems to be okay. It's going to be as flat as it's going to go, I think. The windows will help on some of this to hold it down, and the door especially, because that was where I had that chip in the wood. And like I say, I'm going to have to probably file this. It's just slightly off. That whole piece is just slightly off. Problem with doing it in two halves, that's what I'm going with. Anyway, so hopefully you are liking and learning from this and being able to not make the same mistakes I do. So do like and subscribe so you can see more content. And this will be the last one now for a little while, for a good few weeks, until I get more delivered. And it's not even on its way yet, so, and it takes 2 weeks when I'm notified of that, so it does take quite some time. So it's going to be a little while before we can do between 91 and 95. Do take care of yourselves. Any comments are welcome. You can email me at opallyhour@outlook.com, or like I say, more than welcome to leave a comment as well. Most of all, take care of yourselves. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.